Now that we have thoroughly defined environmental science, we can now talk about the primary issues in environmental science: people. Environmental science is the study of the impact that humans have on the environment. Why do humans have such an important impact on the environment? The first reason is that there are over 7 billion of us on the planet. For most of our history, the global human population was less than 500 million. However, after the Industrial Revolution in the 1800s, and more so after the Green Revolution, or Third Agricultural Revolution in the 1950s and 60s, the human population has been exploding exponentially. Humans need to farm crops and raise livestock to survive, and this all requires vast amounts of land and water. The more people, the more demand for food, and therefore an increased demand for land and water. This leads to increased environmental impact. This also leads to human rights and equity issues. These include poverty and income disparity. We will cover these issues in the course as they are some of the most important and central issues in environmental science. Another important issue is resource use, or should I say resource overuse. Every human has essential needs that are relatively small when considering them at the individual level. However, as populations rise, essential resources can be quickly depleted. Another issue is that resource consumption can far outweigh needs for survival. Affluent nations tend to use a larger proportion of the global resources, exhausting those resources, typically at the expense of indigenous or impoverished populations. The resources harvested from the environment are called natural resources, and these can be divided into renewable and non-renewable natural resources. Renewable natural resources include direct solar energy, winds, tides, and flowing water. We call it indirect solar energy. Fertile soil, clean air, fresh water, and biological diversities. These natural resources replenish themselves over time, some in a matter of minutes or seconds, like direct solar energy, but many take decades or generations, like fresh water and biodiversity. Non-renewable resources do not renew themselves. Once they are harvested, they are gone from the environment forever. These include metallic and non-metallic minerals, as well as fossil fuels. We'll cover these natural resources in more detail later in the course.